Hello everyone, I'm Matt, aka Legion Rex, and welcome to something new I wanted to start on the channel, which is Let's Plays. Specifically, this time we're going to be playing some Mass Effect, which is a game I've been wanting to play on this channel for a very long time. If you can guess my channel name, you know that I'm a big fan of this series, and a lot of BioWare games, actually. BioWare is like one of my favorite just gaming companies in terms of just the output that they have. And with the release of Legendary Edition, I think this is a good time to play these games. Now we are using the Legendary Edition version of these games. You can probably tell that from the title screen. And I am very, very excited to play this again. It's been a while since I've played them. That being said, I have played them before countless times, and I know these games, especially this one, like the back of my hand. So this will not be a blind playthrough. For those wanting a blind playthrough, I'm very sorry. However, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to make sure that if you haven't played the game or are literally first time experiencing this, I will not be spoiling anything for y'all and you guys, and I will be kind of treating it revelations as they come genuinely. And I also expect the same from comments, so please refrain from spoilers in the comments for those who have not played it. Mass Effect is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience, and I don't want to ruin that for anybody, so let's just jump right in. On the first thing is, like, Legendary Edition already looks great just from that, like, first image. So yeah, I already got everything calibrated, so let's just go jump and start a new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Okay, so the game has us basically choose our character via kind of like a little internet database. This is really cool. So we have two options here. We actually have three options now because I noticed that they added the female option, which is really cool. Because in the original game they didn't have that, so that was added in for the Legendary, which I really like. But yeah, you can either start as John or Jane Shepard, which is your base default character. We're not doing that. We're gonna enter a new ID, and we are going to be playing a custom male character. The difference between quick start and custom is that quick start allows you to kind of just jump into it as a soldier character. Soldiers are fun, but I'm not going to be playing one because they're kind of boring. But we'll be playing as a custom male character for this one. We're going to be playing as Male Shepard. As much as I love Fem Shep, I'm going to be doing Male Shepard for this run.
Please log in to access your profile.
We are going to name ourselves. Yes. My name.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
I've always found
pre-service history.
Oh, thank you. I've always found that really clever, just the idea of you having to literally manually input everything. Okay, so this is kind of your basics of making a character. This is your pre-service history. This is kind of where you came from before the game. So Spacer, both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Colonist, you were born and raised on Windor, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Windor, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the Alliance a few years later. Earthborn, you are an orphan raised on the streets of the great metropolis covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gains by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. 18. Sorry about that. Okay, so these mostly influence kind of roleplay aspects of the game, like how certain characters will respond to you and certain dialogue options, as well as a background thing of they actually affect your Paragon and Renegade scores, which is your kind of like a morality system. If you're a Spacer, you get extra Paragon. If you Earthborn, you get extra both. You get extra of actually Renegade, and if you're Colonist, you get extra of both. All three of them have their advantages, but I am definitely gonna go Colonist. I like the idea that Shepard had this really, really hard and tragic thing happen to him, and I think by that he would definitely want to try to save as many people as he could, so that way nobody comes to that, like, happens to that to them.
Confirm psychological profile.
Alright, so this is like what happened to you while you were in the military. During your soul survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. War Hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism had earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one and basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. So these also affect your Renegade and Paragon scores, but I think in a different way. I think they give you like a certain base number at the start. Soul Survivor doesn't give you any, War Hero gives you some Paragon, and Ruthless gives you some Renegade. Honestly, I could actually go for any of these because all of these are interesting. I'm probably not going to go Ruthless. I like playing assholes, but I don't think I'm going to go an asshole this run, at least not yet. Maybe over time, maybe as like the character evolves. So it's between War Hero and Soul Survivor. I'm actually going to go Soul Survivor. I think that fits.
Confirm military specialization.
This is your class. So soldiers. Soldiers are combat specialists ideal for front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in use of all weapon types, start with the ability to wear medium armor, and can train in the use of heavy armor. Soldiers are basically your tanky, like, shooty class. They're fun. Really basic and standard, but they get a lot of really cool abilities, especially as the games progress. So they're definitely worth playing at least once if you've never played them. That being said, I find them to be a little bit dull at points, unless I'm going for a straight kind of, if I'm trying to rush through the game. If that's the case, then they're fun to play. Engineer. Engineers are tech specialists. Using the holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons, and shield and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. I debated playing this class for this playthrough, but I decided against it. Not because I didn't want to. I love playing engineers, but I felt that there was no real reason to, especially considering some of the stuff they do have isn't exactly great in the first game. So, it's just the kind of thing where, like, I debated it, but I decided against it for whatever reason. Adept. Adepts are biotic specialist. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. These are kind of like your power system. Biotics is the power system of Mass Effect, and these are your mages, quote-unquote, of the game. Adepts are really fun, and their powers are really busted, but we're not going to play them. Just because I already kind of know what I want to do with biotics, and you'll see in a second. Infiltrators. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing and disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and infestation abilities rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles, and they wear medium armor. So Infiltrators was actually the first class I ever played in Mass Effect, and it was really fun. They're snipers, which I like playing snipers, so that's always really good to have on your team. And I think in any case, that kind of It takes a little bit, and I know that in the original game they were a little bit of a bitch to play because snipers didn't work correctly. But now they do, from what I know. So, but we're not going to be playing them. Sentinels. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities to advance Keeley skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They're more efficient at tech and biotic than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear light armor and receive no specialized weapon training. Sentinels are the hardest class to play in Mass Effect 1. They are the ultimate support class. They are really great and have a bunch of busted abilities, and they get the most powers out of any class in the game. However, they are extremely difficult to play, and I never recommend them for first-time players, just because they are an absolute nightmare. Vanguards. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They specialize in biotic and weapons to take down opponents in especially deadly assault range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. This is the class we're going to be playing today, folks. This is my favorite class in the game, and I absolutely adore playing Vanguards.
Confirm
They are always
facial
really fun.
identification.
So we can keep Separ's appearance as is, but we're gonna change it. However, if I don't like his appearance, I'm actually gonna just go back to the default. Alright, so let's... This might take a bit, so let's just cycle through some of the presets, see what we got. There's a couple of them I liked. I like that one. Just big neck man. Alright, that's good. Oh wait, no, head. Yes, please look this way. Okay, Gaunt. Alright. Eyes. Okay. Eye shape. Yeah, that he looks like he's constantly scared of something. I'm just gonna go with that because it seems the best here. I'm gonna lower his eyes a bit here. I apologize if I'm not talking that much. I'm just trying to focus. I'm trying to focus because I'm very picky about how my characters look. In some ways, yes, please look here. Alright. Yeah, here. Eye depth. Okay, so yeah, look over here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Brow depth. Here, brow height. Iris color. Okay, what color eyes do I want? I know that they fixed some of the eye colors, and they look really cool now. But I'm gonna give myself kind of like these greenish eyes, because I have green eyes myself, and green eyes are really cool. And I like that. Okay, so chin height. Chin depth. Definitely wanted to lower that a bit. That was bugging me. Width. Gonna make that smaller. Jaw width. Alright. Mouth shape. Yeah, some of these mouths look a little weird. I like that one though. Nah, it's a basic mouth, but yeah. Depth. Yeah, look over here, please. I'm so mean to him. I'm just like, yeah, please look over here. Yeah. Width. Here. Lip size. No. I don't want it to be like inward. I think that's good. In terms of height. Honestly, the mouth is actually pretty good. Like, it doesn't need to move. Nose. Nose shape. So nose is fine. Hair. What kind of hair do we want? I do like the hair that we do have. They added some of the hair options from 3 into here. I'm gonna go with that one though. We are going to have a beard, like a scruffy beard. Brow is going to be as it was, because I think it looked fine. Hair color. Yes, give us purple hair. I'm honestly gonna just go black hair for this. Yeah, black hair. And facial hair color is gonna be around the same. And then for scar, we do have a scar technically there. I like the one over the eye a lot, but we're instead just gonna go with like a smaller one, like right there. And that's it. Let's see.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Okay, I think that works. I think we should be good on that front. Except, yeah.
Identification confirmed.
Okay, so difficulty, oh shit, hardcore and insanity are actually unlocked from the start now. That's cool. We're gonna not play on those though. We're gonna play on veteran though, because I am decent at the game. I know how to play it, so just like I want to at least like have a challenge. I don't want to automatically just kind of like rush through the game and not actually have any kind of like challenge. But I also don't want to be here forever, so I'm gonna play on veteran. Auto level up is off, cause it's bad. I know about I'm going to play on legendary mode because this is new. I know they changed the level scaling, how the levels work in Mass Effect 1. So I'm curious to see whether or not like it affects how Mass Effect 1 plays. But I'm gonna try it. Squad power usage. This is basically just how much they use their powers. Defensive, they only use it like a little bit of the time. With defensive powers, this is them using it all the time. But we're gonna have it at none because I like micromanaging. So yeah, turn on subtitles. Autosave is on, and I'm gonna actually turn off the tutorials because I don't need them. So accept, and let's get started.
Well, what about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
Yeah, I happen to agree with that, Joker.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Okay, oh yeah. Okay, so the first thing off is that this game looks wonderful in the remaster. Holy shit. It looks so good. Okay, so we're actually gonna go in the codex and we're gonna immediately mark all entries viewed because that's gonna bother me otherwise. The codex is mainly for lore purposes. If you want to look up just random facts about the universe, you can do that here. It's really useful to have, and I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. But through this Let's Play, I'm not going to be wasting time going through it because it's extremely time consuming, and it's more just kind of like on your own prerogative. If this was a first time playthrough, I probably would do it, but unfortunately this is not, which is which is a shame, but whatever. Journal. Alright, speak to the captain. And so this is our level up screen. We are a Vanguard, so we have pistols and shotguns. We have assault training, which is pretty much our version of a kind of like it increases melee damage. It gives us adrenaline burst, which is going to become extremely helpful. Tactical armor help us get medium armor. Throw, lift, warp, and barrier are our biotic powers. Vanguard is our class, and charm and intimidate are our kind of dialogue options. We're gonna immediately put 2 points into that, and then I'm gonna put 1 into pistols, so that way we can start getting into shotguns, which is what I really want. Okay, so let's go.
I'm telling you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Oh, okay, so that does stuff now. Is it spacebar? It is spacebar. Okay, they changed it.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
You were arguing with Adams, weren't you?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Tell me about the stealth system.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Tell me about the captain.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
Tell me about our Turian guest, please.
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was like 20 years ago, dude.
That was 30 years ago.
Oh, 30
You
years.
can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to talk through cutscenes, by the way.
It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Yeah, calm, Jenkins. It's gonna be okay.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
You'll do fine, my dude.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not gonna screw this up.
Tell me about Eden Prime.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Are there any human ones?
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds. Just like you on Akuz.
I try not to think about Akuz.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander. Was there something else you needed?
What's up on Nihilus?
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
Alright.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Alright. Yeah, after some conversations, you'll get dialogue and Paragon, and you get, like, dialogue options that will allow you to get Renegade or Paragon points depending on how you do them. So, let's talk to Nihilus.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
Where's the captain?
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
If you've got something to say, just say it.
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
Is someone gonna fill me in, Captain?
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
You know, I was trying to keep quiet, but the eyes on my character are bothering me now. I can't change them, obviously, but I'll get used to them. It's just that I think they're slanted maybe a little bit too much. Maybe into a little. They look a little weird. Or whatever.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
Prothean?
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Are we expecting trouble?
I'm always expecting trouble.
There's more, Shepard. Nihilus isn't just here for the beacon. He's also here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
You?
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
I need to know more about this beacon before we go down.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology. Even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Who?
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
All right, let's go.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten used to my character's eyes.
Using stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Okay.
Perimeter secured, Commander.
All right. The first thing I want to note is that Eden Prime. Oh.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Yeah, it looks amazing in the remastered. But yeah, and we're actually, now that we're on Eden Prime, we're actually going to keep going for a little bit longer before I mark, yeah, see.
Roughly 1,200.
Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. So let's go and go to squad. And we can now see the level of a squad. So we have Kaidan. He's a sentinel, which means he uses tech and biotic abilities. And he is really good in kind of like as a support character. So we're going to give him barrier, so that way he has more tech, more powers. And we're also going to give him first aid. As for Jenkins, he's a soldier. So we're going to boost up his assault rifles, because assault rifles is really helpful to have. Find the beacon. Okay, I'm actually gonna go to key bindings. How the hell do you did they change some of the alright, use its sprint spacebar. First aid is V now. Okay, okay, it used to be F, now it's V. Those have been like switched. Grenade is still G. Holster weapon is H. Order squad may wonder. Okay, so it's rally is C. Switch the pistol. It's F1 and then the quick slots. Okay. And then it's I'm going to it's left shift. Okay. Left shift. Okay, you're using the right stuff. I'm gonna move my powers up here because I like having them here. Okay.
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
Damn!
Oh, that feels so good. Oh, the aiming feels so good. Oh, this feels so nice. Now, from what I remember, there was supposed to be loot over here. Yep, there it is. Oh, rally.
Form up.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay.
Oh God, what happened here?
Something happened, Jenkins. I'm not too sure what, though. Keep going here. Okay, the aiming feels really good now. It used to be kind of jank in Mass Effect 1, and it's not completely fixed. It still feels like Mass Effect 1, but it's the small little changes, like the fact that the aiming seems a little bit more useful. Yeah, it definitely feels better.
Rip right through his shields. We're out of chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Alright. Let's get our guns out. Buy a gas bag. Get fucked.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies.
Ooh,
I'm
bodies.
gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Alright. Got a gas bag. They don't do anything. I just like shooting them because they're good. It's a good aiming practice for those who want to learn how to properly do them. Okay. I'm actually going to see if I can use his powers. Use sabotage in this thing. Thank you. Goodbye. I'm pretty sure there's something around here. Yes, there is one thing over here. It's a med kit. Open you up, get Metagel that I'm not gonna need for a little bit. Yikes. There we go.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
No, let's not do that. I'm too used to pressing E for this game. Ah! I need to relearn. It's almost like I need to relearn the controls.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns. Nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh, man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
I mean, yeah, when you create AI like that, that does tend to happen.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
Okay, We have a new squad member, which is Ashley, who is a soldier to replace the recently fallen Richard L. Jenkins. And we're just going to put the same points into her as we put into Jenkins with his assault rifles. Get the journals. Yeah, yep, we have to press on. And mark these as used. That's going to bother me. I mark them as viewed because it bothers me that this has that this is flashing. All right, so is quick save is still the same button? I need to double check this. Yes, it is. Okay, so, and with that, we are going to wrap up this part of Mass Effect. And I thank you all for sticking this long, and I hope to see you all next time for when we continue our Let's Play. Take care.